opening statement from Coach Malzahn and do any questions.
Okay, obviously disappointed in not scoring enough points. We came out the first drive and took it down the field, and then for the rest of the second quarter and third quarter, got nothing. Fourth quarter, we got some momentum, started making some plays. I mean, really, the bottom line is, the turnovers, the penalties. I think we had it first down, 37-yard line on their 37. We threw an interception. I think it was close to that going the other way on a first down, and we got a 15-yard penalty. When you're playing a good team like them, I mean, every one of those drives that you have potential points, you got to seize the moment. You got to give them credit. They got a real defensive line, and their defense coordinator is really good. Questions?
How was Tommy overall, in your opinion? How did he handle it? Did he seem to settle in as it went on?
Yeah, I mean, Tommy, he fought his guts out for us. There's no doubt. I mean, there's some plays he would like to have back. There's some calls I'd like to have back, but he gave us a chance. He created a lot of plays, especially in that fourth quarter. Kept some plays alive, and gave us a chance at the end.
Ira?
It seemed like a lot of the drives that stalled, you guys would get behind in the chains. Yeah. And how can you avoid that?
Yeah, well, I mean, it starts with me. I mean, we got to be more disciplined. I mean, that's the bottom line. The penalties, there's a couple bad calls probably too, but really the self-inflicted things. You cannot get behind the chains with a group like that, and we consistently did that. And, we've got to have more explosive plays. You got to give them credit. They would drop everybody back. They played a whole lot of cover 3 deep, trying to keep away from that, but we got to do a better job, executing. And obviously, we're a run play action team too. We got to run the football better, but you're exactly right. Behind the chains was really tough against a team like that.
How did losing Micah impact the ability to effectively run the ball? And I ask, understand, it is next man up, but he's really good at running.
Yeah, I mean, from a coach's standpoint, you just got to think it's next man up, and I've got to do a good job helping our guys, and we got to be effective in whatever, whether it's run or anything like that. Adrian Medley went to right tackle, and I mean, he fought his guts out and against that really good defensive end, and he battled all night. But, from a coach's standpoint, it's next man up, and we got to keep the thing going.
What makes Tommy kind of great is probably that big play hunting that he wants to do. How do you kind of keep that intact, but also let him know to take what's there when it is?
Yeah, I mean, he did a whole lot of good things. I know he'd like to have, that one back, down in their plus territory on first down. But, I mean, it's just, we all got to get better. And we've got to, I've said it every week, we're still growing as an offense, but, we've got to eliminate the self-inflicted things. I mean, that's the bottom line. It's penalties and turnovers. That's what hurt us the last 2 weeks. We didn't do that the first 3 weeks. We got to solve that, and it starts with me, and I've got to help our guys.
On the other interception, the 4th and 8, was there an opportunity to maybe throw it earlier or dump it off or?
No, I mean, I thought he made a good read. He got hit right there as he's throwing. It was a boom deal. It was close. But close doesn't get it done. And obviously that was a big play in the game.
Brendan?
With some of the ball security issues the last couple of weeks, I'm sure you guys are talking about it. And is there anything you do specifically, like holding onto the football, fumbles, are you coaching anything up differently, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, we did ball security drills starting out practice tonight, and we've got to solve it. I mean, we put the ball on the ground. I think it was 50-yard line. It was P and 10, and we put the ball on the ground. So we got to solve it. And we'll continue to stress that, but we need to stress it more.
I know they had a lot of pressures, and that's probably the best defensive line you're going to see. But how do you think the offensive line played overall? What can you build on? And I know you also had to use, a sixth guy in Rizzi, but how do you think they played overall?
Yeah, I mean, they did some good things. You're exactly right. That's a really, really talented defensive line. And, they popped a guy just about every play, bringing a 5th guy. There were some good things. There were some things that we'd like to do better, that we've got to get better at. But, they definitely tested us.
You mentioned the self-inflicted stuff. Tommy said after the game he feels like nobody's beat you guys up and beat you. It's been yourselves. When it is so inwardly focused, does that keep guys engaged to make the improvements and keep you confident that they can make the improvements?
Well, I mean, I think there is some truth to what he said. I mean, the penalties, a 15-yard penalty, throwing the ball away on the first, and those are things we can control. Now, give them guys credit. Now, I've said that at the first. I mean, that's a really, really talented defense and a really talented defense coordinator. And when you're playing a team like that, you can't have self-inflicted things. And, I think the disappointing thing for me is, we did the same thing last week. We got to correct it. Like I said, that starts with me. I got to figure that out, and we will figure it out.
Ira?
Is there much you can take away from the fourth quarter, those drives?
Yeah, I mean, our guys, they got guts, and they fought their guts out to the end. And if we'd had another possession, I would have liked our chances. But, they fought, and they fought till the end. So, I mean, I think that's definitely a positive that we can take and will take moving forward.
Brendan?
Tommy, after the game, put some of that on himself. I said the loss was on him. I'm not sure, as a coach, if you like hearing.
Well, but he's the leader. He's a competitor. And that's not. I mean, that's just the way he is. I mean, that's the way he feels. There's a whole lot of things that should have been better from other players, and myself included. We're on this thing together. But that's the type of leader he is. He took ownership, but he fought his guts out. And like I said, he kept some plays alive in that fourth quarter that I don't think very few quarterbacks could do.
Gordon?
With Pitt, turning to them for a second, I think they lead the nation in tackles for loss or close. What did they do to get in the backfield? So
Yeah, they blitz a lot. I mean, you just watching them. What I've watched them, I mean, they pressure. They bring six a whole lot, and they take chances, and they're really good at it. And like I said, their head coach is, he's one of the better defensive guys out there is. So I mean, they're going to present challenges, and we got to do a good job handling all the stuff they do.
Ira?
Who's got the start? How did he do, and what?
Who?
Usman Chroma. He got the start, and
Well, that was just a play-specific deal, to be honest with you. Every now and then you got certain play-specific things for running backs. But I mean, we're giving him more responsibility each week. And so he's continuing to grow.
Liam?
Can you take positives out of Wayne? He obviously been out with
Yeah.
the injuries, coming
Yeah.
back kind of reinforces that wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean he's got a lot of natural football instincts. So it's good to have him back, and now he's getting healthier right there, and you can tell he made some really good plays, and he played without the ball pretty well too.
Aslan?
I know it's your first time coaching in this rivalry, but you've had in-season rivals against LSU and Georgia when you were at Auburn, and trying to get off the mat and keep going. How much of your previous experience do you kind of lean on to get the guys refocused to keep moving forward?
Yeah, I mean it's next game. I mean we got to learn from that. I mean that's disappointing for everybody. We got to learn from it. That's behind us now. You got to flip the page. You got to be thinking about correcting the things that you can correct, grow as a group, all right, collectively, and get ready for the next game and rebound. I mean that's what it's about.
Corey, last one.
when it comes to just the in-season flow of a season, how much does confidence play into it? Like, can they dip in confidence, and how much is like a coach's job to like instill, look guys, there were plays there to be made, you can still be a really good
I mean, I
offense.
think that's a coach's responsibility to give them that confidence and also be real with them. And, I think nowadays, I mean, more than ever, I mean, you got to be honest and you got to be real with them, and you got to inject confidence. And how do you do it? You do it through work, you do it through the practice, and you do it through correction. So it all works together.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you all.
Thanks a lot.